Over all the earth you reign on high. Every mountain speak and every sunset dry. But my one request and my only aim is that you rain on me again. Lord, rain on me, rain on your path. Over all my dreams in my darkest storm. You are the Lord, oh that I am. So won't you rain on me again? Over everything you reign on high. Let my name reflect the beauty of your name, 'cause you mean much to me than any other thing. So won't you rain on me again? Lord, rain on me, rain on your path. Over all my dreams in my darkest storm. You are the Lord, oh that I am. So won't you rain on me again?
I used to admire those people who have good families.
I would like to be visiting other countries.
I would like to have a nice home.
I would like to be a surgeon. I would like to have a home like this one.
Children are the future of every nation. They need to be provided with the best possible start in life. Their survival, protection, growth and development in good health and with proper nutrition is very crucial. God has given us the capacity to remove and prevent all needless suffering by putting within our reach the resources needed to protect children from the most common diseases and to provide them with the basic necessities of food, shelter, clothing, and healthcare. New Hope Children's Center, Uplands, has taken the primary responsibility for the protection, upbringing, and development of such children. It is a charitable children's home dedicated to lifting orphan children out of poverty and ignorance and giving them hope for a better future. In their effort to eliminate gender disparities, the center pays special attention to the girl child. The Children's Center owes its humble beginnings to Mr. and Mrs. Chege, who founded the home in the year 2000.
The idea just came from within my heart. I just discovered that I loved to help people, those who are not able to help themselves, those who are suffering, those who are hated by other people. I discovered that I loved to associate myself with those people.
Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. With this challenge topping their agenda, the couple selflessly set out to offer opportunities to orphan children who are not attending school. The journey had just begun. These two bankers were to later on give up their lucrative career to take care of the poor children in their society. The center began by accommodating 25 children.
I started just by keeping children in my home in Nairobi. During that period, I was staying with many children. I was helping out just orphans and destitute. That time, I did not even know that I was going to start an orphanage.
The home offers a haven of peace and serenity away from the hustle and bustle of Kenya's capital city, Nairobi. It is situated 42 kilometers from the city along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway.
When we bought this land, we did not have money to buy, but some very kind people from England, Sheena and Roger, they came forward and they gave us the first donation to buy this land.
As you approach the Children's Center, one cannot help marveling at the opportunities these children have been given to develop in a beautiful, safe and stable environment, and in an atmosphere of happiness, love and understanding. Some of the children that were brought in when the home started are now adolescents. They have witnessed the growth of the home which currently accommodates 104 children, 85 of whom are girls, and 19 boys. Most of these children are destitute orphans with guardians who are unable to take care of them due to extreme poverty or physical disability.
Ndire na muthuri ndio nyiki na ndire muhunda na ndire kindu niko komboa nyumba mathina maria ciana ciakwa ciari namo na ciari cia mwana wakwa ne nyina gukua ngetigirwo ciana icio ndatigirwo ciana icio ri riu ngikiona muteithia akindeithia ngiona mutumia uroya ciana ngire ciana gukwa nyina wa Njambi na tuikara handu reri ona tutire mugunda na ndakenire ni guteithiririo tondu ndingiamahotire ndi mukuru.
I live with my brother. My brother was the breadwinner, and sometimes we would sleep hungry because he had not seen any food for the time being.
Sababu sikuwa na baba na sikuwa na mama, na tulikuwa tunakaa na nyanyangu, na babu wangu alikuwa amekufa. Sasa hakuwa anaweza kunisaidia. Sasa nikakuja hapa.
The children are recruited into the home through careful search by visiting their relatives in their homes or are brought in by the police, while others have approached the home themselves for admittance.
And some of the children come here through their own. They come here and ask for assistance, and they tell us the whole story about their home, how they were left by their parents, and they have no one to look after them. As well, they don't even have anyone to take them to school. So we study the case and see whether it is acceptable or whether they are telling the truth or not. And once we arrive to a conclusion that they have no parents, we just welcome them to our home.
I have one very severe case that I took. It's for Kevin. He was banned by his uncle. He was being mistreated by the relatives, by the grandmother, and he was severely banned. So I went to get him and brought him to the orphanage. And of course, after that, there was a case course. There was a case in court about that issue. And the other cases where some of the children were being mistreated also by relatives, and they ran to the streets. So I went and got them from there and brought them from the orphanage. Others were abused in one way or the other when they were out there, sexually abused.
My grandmother wanted to kill me, and my neighbors helped me. And that's why I was brought here. I had gone to the shop and I lost 5 shillings. And when I came to tell her, she told me that I stole. I was brought into this ministry by my relatives because they had no money to take care of me.
Mr. and Mrs. Chege ran the home as full-time volunteers assisted by other staff and committee members.
We manage the home with my husband because we live here full time. We are volunteers, but we have a committee that assists us in one way or the other. We have a committee of 11 people, and some of them are farmers around here. Others are professionals in Nairobi. For example, we have got 2 doctors. My daughter is one of them, and her husband, they are doctors. And they are in the committee and they assist us. And then we have got teachers. We have one who is a lecturer at Kenyatta University. She's Dr. Grace Bunyi. We have another Dr. George Gine. He works with the Ministry of Higher Education.
Anytime mom and dad are not in, I'm the one who is in charge, and I make sure that the children have prepared and have gone to school.
Devotion. Na watu watapika vitanda zao. You make your beds.
And if there is any child who is not feeling well, I make sure that there is someone to take that child to the hospital, and I make sure that the children are doing their homework and they have uniforms, and they always come to me and we socialize and we share their problems. If there is anyone who is having a problem, they can come to me.
Nijiguaga ngenete ngiruta wira uyu ni tondu ni wira wa Ngai. No kwi mundu ungi utangihota kuruta ni tondu ni Ngai ukoragwo ateithĩtie mundu nigetha ahote kuruta wira uyu.
Occasionally, volunteers from the local community and abroad come to assist.
For us, it's a calling to be able to help people, and that's what we actually dedicate our lives fully to doing. We're full-time volunteers. We don't receive a salary for this, so we've just decided to dedicate our lives, to really helping people. And we also believe a lot in helping children because they're still young, they're moldable, they're trainable. So working with them, we can train them, like the Bible says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. A more recent project that we're doing right now is a friend offered to donate some chicks. So that's what we're trying to do. We've come here today to help finish the building of a small poultry section, which will be a small chicken setup, where we can have some laying chickens, and they can lay eggs. So we're starting off with 100 chickens. So hopefully at least the kids can have, a couple eggs every week and then sell the rest of the eggs, and that way also the project can be self-sustaining.
We have introduced very important people here, some of whom have helped with some building materials, and others have come to help personally even when they are not there. So they've done so much for us. At the same time, they have taught Christian teachings here to the children, Bible, and so their moral support, their moral teachings have helped.
Kibaki alisema masomo ni ya bure, elimu ni ya bure, vitabu ni ya bure. 110 shaky shaky, 120 shallow, 130 shaky shaky, 140 shallow.
Education is a key factor to every nation's development. In order to help these children grow up to be responsible citizens, the children in the home are accorded equal opportunities to education. Currently, 4 of the children are pursuing degrees in universities, over 20 are in high school, while the rest are in primary school and kindergarten.
I am a little child, a gift from God, brought to me hope for a firm foundation, given a nice teacher to guide me through. I have a vision to be a doctor, a pilot, or engineer. Please give me my life to food, good clothes, education, and security. If you do, I promise to obey, work hard, and never let you down.
In order to enable these children to develop physically and mentally, the home ensures that they are well fed.
They take a nice food here, they take vegetable foods, and then we have a shamba, we get sukuma wiki, spinach, potatoes, cabbages, and beans.
After a long day, the children are able to retire safely in comfortable beds. The children are also provided for clothes and are taught how to take good care of themselves.
Here we provide everything for the children, just like a normal home. We provide parental care because I'm there as their mother. My husband is there as their father. So in every aspect, we are their parents.
They do ask me for whatever their needs are. They just tell me to buy them things as they don't have books, they don't have the money to have their hair cut short. So at least they ask everything as like our children used to do.
My grandmother could chase me away and I could sleep outside. She was beating me thoroughly and I have some wounds. But when I came here, the wounds got finished.
I'm being fed well and I'm also sleeping well because sometimes I could not sleep because sometimes I was hungry and I could not sleep. I could cry the whole night.
Nitezekaga twandikĩte akaumana menjaga matikĩrĩ magĩũka mahutie nĩ makĩhũraga niĩ rĩu mũrigo ũcio nĩngĩhotaga na ndirĩ mũgũnda.
What are the objectives of bringing up these children? To impart the fear of God to the children through the Christian faith.
Come bless the Lord, come bless the Lord, serve the Lord, serve the Lord, who's by now, in the house of the Lord, lift up your hands to the Holy Spirit. Come bless the Lord, come bless the Lord. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen.
Now that we have finished our devotion, you go and prepare yourself, and then you take your breakfast, and then you leave to go to school.
Every Sunday when we go to church, sometimes they used to give us part to preach in church, and just help us to grow spiritually.
If children come here with like problems of being traumatized or they have been having problems with their relatives, we try to advise them to forgive their relatives, and we teach them Christianity, so most of them knows Christ as their Lord and Savior.
To promote self-reliance in the girl child by providing training and experience that will help them excel in life.
The first time we had a vision for the girls was because we thought girls were more vulnerable than the boys. That's why we decided to open the home for girls. But over time, we have rescued one boy after the other.
To build the girl child's social responsibility so that they may give back to the community. To strive to become an independent and self-sustaining entity.
Our happiness is to see those who cannot be able to help themselves in future be able to help themselves.
We would like to be self-sufficient, self-sustaining here. We are trying, we have some chicken, although not many. We have some sheep and goats. We use them for meat, and they are not many. We would like to, we have some cows also. Some of them we have been bought by some good friends in England, and we are having milk, at least for the children.
The Chege's calling goes beyond assisting the children at the center.
We have got other children we are assisting, about 20 orphans. They live out there, and some of them live on their own. They don't live with grown-ups, they cook for themselves, but we don't have a vacancy here to bring them. So what happens, every Saturday they come and they get food for 1 week, and they go with that food. We pay school fees for them. So we have got about 20 of those cases.
Sikuwa mgonjwa lakini nilikuwa nakaa hivyo, lakini saa hiyo nilikuwa naenda saa ingine naumwa na tumbo, naenda hospitali naambiwa hakuna dawa.
In addition to assisting the underprivileged children, the Cheges have also started a ministry to help the elderly and poor women in the society. Some of these women have children in the home.
The women, you just saw, some of them are grandmothers of the children. They don't have land, they don't have anybody to take care of them. Some of them live on the roadside, others, they have got huts on the railway line somewhere in Uplands. So they totally have nothing. And they also come here on Saturdays, and I give them whatever I have, food, clothing. When we are given by people, we give to them.
However, achieving these objectives has not been easy. The home relies on the benevolence and generosity of individuals and corporate well-wishers for its survival.
Family Care Missions has been supporting this work, bringing a lot of food on a weekly basis, about 200 kilos of food and fruits and vegetables and cooking fats, cleaning supplies. And we've also helped a lot with schooling and brought sponsors up here and donated blankets, mattresses, children's clothes.
We've been with them since July 2000, and they have assisted us a lot. I can say the first blankets that we received were from them. Every time we have to look forward for Saturday to arrive so that they bring food for the children.
The center cannot fail to extend its gratitude to all those who have offered a helping hand to them both locally and abroad.
There is Mr. and Mrs. Joroge from Limuru. They give us maize and beans and cooking fat every month. We have Mr. Mutua of Guaba Company. He's a tour company. He gives us finances every month, and sometimes he brings tourists here in the orphanage. Sheena and Roger, they have kept helping the children here. They pay for courses, those who are attending dressmaking courses and hairdressing, they pay for them, and they help us in one way or the other. We have got the Kenyan community in London, and when I go there, they sometimes do some kind of fundraising led by Mr. Sid. They help us, they give us anything that they have. There's Lydia Maguro from London, James Gaku. Hand in hand from London, they gave us the money to dig the borehole, and they constructed a kitchen for us. I'm sure you have seen a very beautiful kitchen, which we are using as a dining place. That came from Hand in Hand, Britain. Yeah, Jeff of Flanagan from England, and some people from America. Roy Remington, he brings us some dollars every month from America, and there's Stella from US. I thank the Kenyan government because they give us bursary for some of our high school students when we apply every time.
Oshe, Oshe, oh, Oshe, oh, Oshe, bam, 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 Oshe, Oshe, oh, Oshe, oh, Oshe, bam, bam, bam. Ebenezer, 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 what a wonder you are. I love you so, so much, Ebenezer, Ebenezer, what a wonder you are. Oshe, Oshe, oh, Oshe, oh, Oshe, bam, bam, bam.
The journey has not been easy. The center still faces a lot of challenges.
The problems we have here is water. You saw donkeys carrying water. Although we have got a borehole, we are not using that water. This is because we don't have electricity. We have a generator, we are using a lot of petrol, and we also want more donors to come so that we can be able even to take more children who don't have anybody to look after them.
The children have expanded in number, thus exerting pressure on the limited facilities available in the New Hope Center Uplands. They lack enough space for sleeping and doing homework. They do not have a clinic of their own and have to rely on the district hospital. Another problem is that of self-sustainability. The center has initiated income-generating activities which, however, need to be sustained.
We would like to have maybe more chicken so that we can be able to sell eggs and sell the chicken And if somebody can finance us for the pig farming, we can be self-sustaining. And even the chicken, we can keep the high-grade chicken for meat and for eggs, so that we can be able to be selling the eggs. Right now, the chickens that we are having are the local ones, and we just have eggs, nothing more.
Their journey does not end here. The Cheges have great plans for fulfilling their noble calling.
Our future plans is to have the dining hall completed, and from there, maybe if God wishes, we build our own school, whereby they will be learning here, right here in the home. Once they finish Form 4, we just look for universities for them to continue their education.
To complete these dormitories so that we can accommodate more children. So many children come here, we have no space for them. So we want to take maybe 200 children in the future. We can also have a church inside the orphanage, because the spiritual aspect is very, very important to us.
Look at the woman, tired, hungry baby, clinging to her back, and she herself so tired. She drags her legs, the fire burdened on her head weighs heavy, but still she moves on. Her skin, once smooth and lovely, is now burdened and dark. Her clothes are dusty and torn. Her feet are dusty and cracked. The child cries with dry throat but gentle voice. She sings a soothing song. She refuses to pity. Her aching burden back, a back that has given into the djembe for hours on end. She fetches water from the well, lights the fire, prepares the food. There is more work in the field till the sun sets. Dear God, whom she is.
These disadvantaged children have been given an opportunity to express their talents, energy, and creativity. A chance to actively take part in shaping their environment, their society, and the world they will inherit.
Now I am educated, I'm in high school, and I get everything that I need in this home.
I don't go anywhere begging for food, begging for something to wear, but I've got enough.
I have got parental love and a good and caring mom.
I'm not lonely, and I have a good Christianity background.